following contains vulgar language and triggering content. It is intended for a mature audience. Let me say that again. It is intended for a mature audience. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. So honk your nose, clowns from far and wide, because we're bunkering down with your hosts, Sarge Mayhem and Cable. So sit back, relax, give us a squeeze, and enjoy the show.
Well, the duel now has rights. We're recording, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Might as well keep going.
It's
a duel of duels.
Duel. Well, the clone, because it's been so long before she goes into remission, she's wondering why she hasn't died. Has her fucking clone disassembled or what the fuck ever. Mm-hmm. Well, the clone's been around long enough that the clone says, I want to live. I should have a right to live. Mm-hmm. So there can only be one of you legally.
Yeah.
So you have to duel to the death.
Because there's duel of you.
Because there's two of you. Whoever survives gets to take over the life, whether you're the original or the double.
The clone, yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
That's actually kind of a cool idea.
It's trippy as shit.
You know what else is trippy as shit? I bet these people think that this is trippy as shit because
We got the hideaway here.
Oh, dude, like...
We got a stash spot now, people.
We changed it up. We said we were going in a different angle. We are. You can still hear an echo. We're working on that. Go fuck yourself. Remember that.
As
With
always.
that, go ahead and give us a squeeze.
Honk,
honk, honk. And yeah, might as well throw it out there.
Oh, it's that time, people. You already know. Pen check.
Bic, not a sponsor. Because if you don't have one of these fuckers,
you're already out.
You're dead. Like that's just
Pen check.
pen check. Fuck the pens. All right, so
Any fucking way.
we were gonna talk about what we did talk about, kind of changing this up a little bit, but I didn't want to change it too much because this was kind of like our venting where we get to talk about shit, right? So we have our jobs, and yes, in our jobs we're professional.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is us just hanging out. You know, if you were in a bunker with us,
this is the dumb shit we talk about.
You know, fucking rockets are coming in. People might die, but we're sitting here like, well, we already know. You know, if it's your turn, it's your turn. So let's just talk about shit.
Right.
Because statistically speaking, we're all not gonna die.
No.
And maybe I can learn something from you.
Could happen.
It can. So,
with that being said,
we're going to try and do every episode a little more structured and do like basically something in my field and expertise, being more of guns and military with if you could think of majors, college, guns, military.
Right.
My minor would be technology because I used to be a cyber guy. But I haven't done that in a fucking decade, really.
Right.
So, that's kind of... It's there. I understand it. And I can understand it more rather quickly. But that's not my forte. That's not what I do every day. Where yours is more...
networking and electrical.
Communications, electrical. And then you have more the minor in... Well, no. So I would say my minor would be technology and survival because, like, I haven't used the survival stuff as much.
Right.
But I used to do it a lot. And then yours would be, like, guns and cars.
Right.
Because the main jobs you do is electrical and comms.
Yeah. Cool.
So we will bring up stuff like that.
But I do like to turn wrenches.
Mm-hmm. So we can bring up stuff like that from what's going on in our fields. And then we also have...
what's going on in the world today?
What's going on outside of our fields.
Right. And how
some
we
of
should
it,
feel about that.
Some of it ties into
how
our
we feel about that. We don't know how you should feel.
Yeah, no, fuck, I don't give a shit. But some of it is going to be...
We calls it like we sees it.
We says it. Go on now, get...
Calls it like we sees it, people. It's going to be one of them days.
But we also are going to have certain things that are in the news or whatever's going on that's kind of attached to one of our fields.
Absolutely.
So,
or just something we care about.
yeah. So here we go. We actually have one of those today, more tied in my field. So, this is Coleon Noir. Really good guy to watch. Very, very, very intelligent.
Oh, yes.
Like,
absolutely.
extremely intelligent. He's a lawyer, for one. Like,
much more well-spoken than we are.
yeah, I wouldn't say well-spoken. I would say more articulate.
Yes.
He knows those words to say and how to use them in the proper way.
Right.
Where I'm like, I don't have time to care.
And I use fuck like a comma.
Yeah. I don't have time to care.
Right.
Like, this is what it is. I can, maybe not 100%, but to some degree I can explain what I want without using these words because you're more understanding the words I use. Because now you got to look up what's articulate. What does that mean? Now you have to go research that. And it's like, yeah. Look, man. It means it's more fancy.
You found the page. Obviously, you know what you're in for.
Fuck.
So any fucking way.
It basically means you're more fancy with your words. The words sound more sophisticated. And now if you have to go look up sophisticated, we have a fucking problem.
Like I said, they found the page.
Jesus
they know what they're in for.
Christ.
So anyway, we're going to touch base on this. We probably could have went and just found the news article, but his point on it and take, absolutely worth watching. So
yeah, so we're going to go ahead.
You get a chance, check him out.
We're
going to check out this one clip.
We're also going to, well, no, there's going to be two.
Oh, there is two. Yeah, because I haven't seen one. I'm going to be surprised.
We're going to be testing this because last time we did this,
we got flagged.
Yeah. So this will be a test. We're going to have to break it up into short segments, see if that works, whatever it might be. But
here we go.
Here we go. Beer.
Okay.
Other way because the fucking goddamn eat out. All right, here we go.
Fix it, ma'am.
See?
Yeah.
He's the comms guy. I'm the guy doing it. So
I'm only showing you this video because I want people to understand one thing. The only person responsible for your safety is you.
Not guilty.
We're breaking it up like that.
no, but that's already a point to break up right there.
Oh, absolutely. No, without a doubt. Nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody cares.
Be prepared to self-rescue. We've said that before.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Well, I need to plug this in because I'm going to lose my shit during this show.
Yeah, and here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to lose my shit.
So it walks off camera.
I do what I do. Do you, boo? Do you? And I do me.
He has to find a spot here so we can go with it, right?
I'm waiting for sparks.
You have not overloaded it that bad. I've seen worse. And I'm in the field.
I've seen worse too, however.
Yeah.
Like, I went over to one of my brother's best friend's house. And I was like, hey man, we're going to his bachelor party. And I was like, where can I plug my phone in? And he's like, just find a black spot on the wall. All the walls look white. And I was like, he was like, yeah, all the outlets have burnt out. So, like, you would look around and you would see black spots where it's shorted.
So that's where the outlet is.
That's where the outlet is. So
hey, I mean, it makes sense sometimes, I'm saying.
But I'm like, dude, that's fucking
But I've also
dangerous.
seen the scene in Christmas Vacation, which is why I've seen Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's my...
I could have stopped right there.
Look, if you don't like Christmas Vacation, fuck you. All right, that movie's a fucking classic.
gotta
Everyone's
be
like
able to
Die
quote it, at
Hard.
least sometimes.
If it's not like Santa Claus or whatever, when it comes to the movies, Die Hard. You know, that's not the Santa movie, but it's a Christmas movie. It's like, all right, go fuck yourself, man. It's not a Christmas story, but if you don't know Christmas Vacation, go fuck yourself.
Oh, and from the words of Bruce Willis, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
He's even
It's a Bruce Willis movie.
So, again. God damn. Clark Griswold. God
And
damn.
we're going to the video.
Maybe.
If man can figure his fucking life out.
It's too late. It's too late.
A torrent of emotion as the former Parkland High School cop is found not guilty on all counts.
It's extraordinary what we saw in the courtroom just a few moments ago. You saw Scott Peterson extremely emotional.
The defendant is not guilty.
Scott Peterson slumped forward sobbing as the jurors not guilty.
What the fuck do you think those two cops in the back are thinking? Like, not guilty?
Oh, absolutely.
Not guilty?
Absolutely.
Really?
They're
This
going,
motherfucker didn't do shit.
do nothing here. What are we doing? So
Not guilty.
Catching everybody up. Parkland, what was it, high school?
Yeah. It was, I can't remember what year. I want to say it was...
It was a few years back.
I want to say it was...
our justice system runs a few years behind.
2016 is when I want to say
Right.
it was. But I know for sure it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It was February 14th. Let's see if I'm right.
Somebody goes in and shoots up the school. This guy is the SRO on campus, the school police officer. And he does not
For the
engage a
win,
shooter.
February 14th, it was 2018. I was wrong on the year.
2018. You're off a little bit.
But I got the date
We're
dead
still
right.
talking about 6 years ago.
Yeah, at least it was even, fuck.
Oh, absolutely.
2016, 2014, 2018, it was too high or not.
It was one of those.
I knew, and I should have known that because I knew it was with Trump.
Right.
So I was like, fuck, how the fuck? I know Trump had something, like there's a tie with him that whatever. Go ahead.
Now, this is going to go in. I see this guy, and you see, this is an older cat, obviously. Probably at the end of his career. Got this cushy little SRO job. He's got to break up some punk kids once in a while. But the shit hits the fucking fan, and the guy doesn't do his damn job.
Yeah, like, dude.
Which, this is it. This guy, he's a police officer. He's there, and I, as parents, assume that the police officer on campus is going to protect your kids. From each other, yes, for the most part. As long as nobody but him is armed.
See, honestly, part of me would have brought that up. Is I would have looked at video and shit prior. How does this guy act?
Right.
Did he act cocky? If he acted cocky and like, do what I say and this is this and
Right,
the ego.
Yeah, you're not free while you're on my campus kind of cop.
Then you're acting like somebody who should run towards this danger because you're this big badass.
Right.
And if you don't, then everyone needs to know that you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't and you were just, just a friendly, nice...
Right,
hey,
the friendly cop, officer friendly.
Yeah, whatever.
Officer friendly.
Then that's a little different. However, in the end, just like they teach in the military, in the end, you might have to shoot people.
Yes.
So you might...
It's a possibility, of what you're doing.
That.
Like I said, there's all this talk about, put a couple armed veterans on every school campus. Yeah, no, they'd be fine. But here's my thing.
And I'm
going to go and say it.
I'm not saying not every veteran.
No, not every veteran. Not, of course not. I just said armed veterans.
Yeah.
But here you got this older guy at the end of his thing. This is his last little gig. He's probably, 4 or 5 years left. Retire with all his, honors and pensions and all that good shit. Which, I don't know what kind of cop this guy was when he was in the field. It doesn't go into that. But here's this guy at the end of it. Okay, now he's this nice, he's this friendly face, yada yada. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to be like, oh shit, it's a cop. I'm saying, maybe our school SROs should be that second, third year cop.
Okay.
The guy that's still proving himself, you know? Still got a chip on his shoulder, kind of cocky. Kids aren't going to fucking like him. He's probably going to arrest a few of them. But that cocky little sumbitch, in this situation, he's going to go in and take care of business.
Maybe. He might be too cocky to do it.
Hey, if this guy would have been shot dead during this school shooting, he would have been hailed a hero. He could have been fucking shot in the back running away.
Yeah.
But he still would have been hailed a hero.
Yeah.
But the fact that he didn't engage, I don't know. I don't remember the whole story. I mean, did the guy leave? Well, I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah, he got out.
He called backup and got the fuck out in the parking lot and waited on backup.
Yeah, but Nicholas Cruz, who's the shooter, he fucking exited school and made it out. And actually, I'm pretty sure he got a drink or something, like, before they even found him.
Ah.
Like, he was already out of the school, and they were still looking for him.
Oh, okay. See, I don't remember all the... There's so damn many of them when you hear about them. But it's like most of these school shooter kids, you know, that's their fucking whole plan is to get shot dead at the school.
No, he's still alive.
Huh?
Yeah.
So there's multiple trials going on about this.
No, I think trial's over. I think he only got life in prison.
Yeah.
Or something like. Why are we doing this?
I don't understand why we took away the death penalty for shit. It's like, obviously you took multiple lives. Yeah, let's fast track your ass. Why care for it? I still say they should go straight from, okay, if the fucking evidence against you is unequivocal,
Yeah,
I give a shit. You go from
You're
your
smiling on fucking camera.
Yeah, you go from your fucking sentencing to the chair. Fuck it. Throw up a noose. Let's go hang this bastard in front of the courthouse.
Can't do that though because there's racial tensions there, but I'm still okay with. Look, 223 bullet is like 33 cents.
Right. Oh, firing squad would be excellent.
Yeah, cheap.
We could do firing squads. I'd be up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
without a doubt, unequivocal, you are fucking guilty from the time you were sentenced to the time you die should be less than fucking 24 hours.
As bad as it might sound, maybe we should even incorporate like firearm testing. Make sure it works.
Everybody aim for his right thigh.
Well, I mean, that way, the only downside to it is if, I'm talking about like saws and miniguns and shit like that. You know, that would just vaporize people. But yeah. That's not the inhumane part to me. The inhumane part might be that I start vaporizing them, gun malfunctions, and now I'm sitting there trying to deal with it. Now some poor bastard's got to walk out there like, oh, well, I mean, half of you's cut open.
Dude, even if we do lethal injection, like, maybe the judge should pull it out and set it down and the bailiff fucking administers it, you know?
See, even that, though, because that shit's fucking expensive.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, electric
Are
chair.
we being humane or are we being just?
There we go. Why don't we do, like, a fucking eco-friendly electric chair?
Oh, dude, a solar-powered electric chair.
Wind turbine in case,
Yes,
if there's a hurricane coming through.
At that point, it's DC power anyway. And I will tell you from fucking experience, AC power hurts. But AC power knocks you off of it. DC power does not. DC power hangs on to you.
Alright, so I'm not 100% sold on my knowledge of it. When I wire up a ceiling fan.
Yes.
What power am I running?
AC power in your house.
AC power.
DC power is your phone. Anything on a battery runs on DC. Direct current as opposed to alternating current.
Alternating current. So you have DC.
So you plug into your house and you use AC current to charge your DC phone.
Mm-hmm.
All the gear in telecom, most of the gear in telecom for the most part runs on DC power because we have battery backup.
Yeah.
So, should you ever grab a hold of that battery backup?
Then now we're going from, so a car battery would be
DC.
DC.
Your car
So
runs on DC voltage.
if you've ever been lit up by a car battery,
right.
you got lit up by DC
DC
power
voltage.
versus being lit up by fucking Electric Eric,
Right.
you know, and that's an outlet. We call it Electric Eric as shooters because we're.
Oh yeah, we're
No,
shooting
I'm
at
not.
Electric Eric.
Let me
It's one of our targets.
rephrase that. The gun community doesn't. I've never heard of it until me and you came up with it.
Right.
Like we're gonna start aiming at this, and then we put like a fucking angry eyebrows, and we're aiming,
Oh, yeah.
you know, shit like that, and then became Electric Eric.
That's Electric Eric.
It's Eric, and then Electric Eric.
When you're
So,
doing
yeah.
dry fire or laser training and you have something this big to shoot at in your house, Electric Eric, if you don't
You
have
have two.
targets,
like that big.
is a great secondary.
Yeah, Electric Eric. Boom, got it. Cool.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, we need to go back to this.
We don't need to go back. We can just hit play.
Well, I mean,
Verdicts were heard, one after another.
Verdict. Count 3. Not guilty.
Just look at the reaction of his attorney. They hugged each other. Then
Yeah,
Peterson
he's like,
was
"I'm
embraced by his
paid."
wife Lydia and other
that
supporters.
fucker was like, I'm
Peterson
paid.
spoke outside court.
Got my life back. We've got our life back after 4.5 years. 5.5.
The family
And there's his wife, never
God
giving him a
damn it.
moment peace,
God damn it,
correcting him
like,
on national TV.
Dude, bitch, would you shut up? I'm the one that was going to go to prison.
Right.
Why are you talking?
That's at home. Why not run towards the shooter? I'm just saying.
Fucking Christ.
That's
Like
horrible. That's horrible.
They have that. Dude, you're not even up to his fucking shoulders.
No.
Shut up right now. The lawyer, not just because he's a guy, but because he's taller, gets a little more say.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a big damn dude, too.
yeah,
looking
oh
at him.
yeah.
I mean, even figure if the fucking... Hell, if the lawyer's your size.
Probably. Yeah.
That guy'd still be taller than me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a tall motherfucker. That's probably why he didn't run, because
He's a big target.
he was like, fuck no.
of the slain students in the notorious massacre spoke out after the verdict.
Scott Peterson, you will still be known as the coward of Broward for the rest.
The coward of Broward.
Coward of Broward? Oh, alright. Sucks to suck, dude.
Of your life.
Tony Maltado lost his 14-year-old daughter, Gina Rose, in the shooting.
It's a very difficult thing to hear, but we'd like to remind everybody that although Deputy Peterson was acquitted of the charges, that does not mean that he did not fail to act.
Alright, so he looks older.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not 100% on how, like, police department ranks work.
Right.
But they said Deputy Pearson, which if he joined early on,
Right.
you would think he would be a little higher somewhere. You know, like a sergeant or
Right.
something. At the very end of your career,
Who knows, man? Maybe he was just one of those guys that sat in the car all the time.
could have been, but
He might have deep vein thrombosis, and we don't know.
why is he a cop? Alright.
Peterson was accused of failing to confront the Parkland gunman during the 2018 massacre that left 17 people dead, 14 of them students. Today's verdicts bring an emotional end to the ordeal of a cop accused by some of being a coward.
When you become a school security officer, you know what comes
This is Coleon Noir.
Right.
with the job. And though the chances are really low, you might have to deal with a mass shooter, and people expect you to do your job.
That's key. Even though the risks are low,
Right.
even though you join the military to be a cook, the risks are low that you're gonna have to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
However, it's still there.
Yeah. It's low, not zero.
So that's the shit that people need to realize. Becoming a cop, becoming firefighter, becoming EMT, becoming these risky positions, oil rig, fucking electrician. There's a low risk if
Truck
you
driver.
know your shit that you're not gonna die from electrocution. But however, the guy before you that might have wired that shit might not have done that, and now you fucking short out
Right.
So it's like, there's always a risk.
But in any other field, it's going to be an OSHA violation, and I'm probably not going to end up in a court.
No, you're dead.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Keep going. I backed it up a little bit.
With the job. And though the chances are really low, you might have to deal with a mass shooter, and people expect you to do your job and secure the school to the best of your ability.
Yes.
That's what we're just saying.
Yeah. That's your little job.
Yes.
That'd be like me watching over or manning one of the gunner turrets, and I see the enemy, and I'm just like, no. And I see them with the trigger in their hand to blow the bomb. No. I'm not gonna do anything.
Right.
Well, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah. Or on a lighter note.
Nope. Sorry.
Your friend asks you to watch their little kid for an hour while they run to town.
However,
You might not have to change a shitty diaper.
Yeah.
You fucking might.
Yeah. Depends.
Chances are low, but not zero.
Maybe. Depends on what they fed him. So we heard, however,
Anyway.
it started doing a cycle, so I wasn't sure. Alright, so here we go.
however, as we just learned, there is no legal obligation for a school security officer to put himself in harm's way to protect the kids he took the job to protect. But this shouldn't shock any of you, because in 1989, the U.S. Supreme Court told us in Descheny v. Winnebago County Department of Social Services that a social service department had no duty to protect a young boy from his abusive father.
This is what I like about this guy, and like you said, he's a lawyer, so he's actually pulling up fucking facts to support why this happened. And once again,
When did you say it was? 1989? 1989.
1989.
They had a ruling that the state had no constitutional duty to protect. So that cop had no constitutional duty
To protect.
to protect this kid against his father.
Right.
Which I can only assume that the kid died.
Absolutely, the kid must have died. Otherwise, it wouldn't have went to court.
Like, why would you... That needs to be a responsibility to some degree. If it's going to kill... If me doing something is going to kill more people than me not doing something, that's one thing.
Right.
But me to do absolutely nothing and not try and figure out a plan. What can we do? I'm not trying to do something. Like, how can we solve this?
Yes.
What? And
like I said, it's what is this? It's the Department of fucking Juvenile Justice or whatever you call. What is it now? It's it was HRS when I was a kid. It's
JDC?
CPS, Child Protective Services.
Oh, okay. What was HRS?
Human Rehabilitative Services. But Child Protective Services, if you have protective in the acronym of your department and you are not protecting, you're a waste of taxpayers' dollars.
Not only that, law enforcement.
Right.
Your job is to enforce the law. With shooting people
is against the law.
Is against the law, so you gotta enforce the law that says that you will stop.
Right.
By any means necessary.
And at which point, and that's just you've got, before this come up, understand, heinous thing, absolutely, it sucks that everything happened with these kids, I get all that.
No, absolutely.
But here's this cop, your school resource officer on campus, fails to engage the shooter.
Yeah.
When just in the news recently, in the last year or so, we've had it, where you have other cops that are walking up into yards and shooting people's fucking dogs.
Yeah.
You know, shooting people in the back as they're running away.
So there, I will say, just from my profession, there is a little bit of a difference, and even he did a video with USCCA about it. But even think about it. If I throw a punch, your brain has to register punch coming.
Right.
Do something. So reaction is always slower than action, right? So if I start shooting somebody and their reaction or their action is turn away, my reaction to identify that they turned away and to stop shooting is slower.
Understood.
So by the time they turn, I'm hitting them in the back. So
Understood.
it depends.
Right. But still, you've got how many lists of people? It made big news because it was all minorities and shit. But you've got cops shooting people. There was videos on the internet of cops shooting into cars because this guy might be armed.
I mean,
people lost their lot. Criminals, however, what have you, the cop lived, great, whatever. Okay, he got off. But he actually engaged somebody, and their life was lost. And in this situation, you have the cop didn't do anything, and lives were lost.
Yeah. So
either way,
it's a catch-22.
Either way, the law enforcement officer walks away.
That's true.
How many cases, and I'm not sure, we'll have to look this up, does a cop go to jail?
Well, he did with, what was the dude? Can't breathe.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Okay.
Yeah. He went to jail.
Right.
But it was also the person came out and said that no chokehold or anything against his throat caused his death.
Right.
But he still went to jail.
He still went to jail.
So it's like...
But this was also a hugely publicized national case.
It was.
Where if that cop didn't go to jail or some sort, it would have been an even bigger uproar.
So basically what we're saying is, even though what everyone said he did, he didn't do, we still send him to jail.
Right.
Which is fucked up.
Because it appeases the masses.
But still, it's like, dude, at some point, I'm not okay with just appeasing the masses.
Correct. You have to provide justice to the law.
Exactly. Because in the end, what if it's one of the masses that is up there?
Right.
Which he was one of the masses.
Yes.
Now you're up there. Now you didn't do anything wrong, but you still go to prison.
Because a lot of people want to see you pay for something.
Yeah.
Right.
So now you get nailed to the fucking wall.
Absolutely.
And...
because that's the way the system works.
Dude, this system's got to be fucking fixed, dude. Like, this is ridiculous.
The system's broken. We all know.
All right, let's keep going.
Duty to protect a young boy from his abusive father. 2005, Castle Rock v. Gonzalez. A woman sued the police for failing to protect her from her husband after he violated a restraining order and abducted and killed their 3 children. The Supreme Court said the police didn't have a duty to protect her. Long story short.
Whoa.
The police did not have a duty to protect her. Yes, that's what it said.
I was looking more at the actual writing here. There was no procedural due process claim when a local government does not actively enforce a restraining order to protect us. Then why do we have it?
Then why do you have it? Which is why you teach your daughters
law
to shoot.
Enforcement.
Right.
The law says that if you have a restraining order, you cannot go within a certain amount of area. That's what the law says.
Yes.
So why isn't them...
The same thing. Law enforcement. So what's an oxymoron? Let's say.
Yeah.
Like and protect
works.
And serve on the cars.
Yeah.
In God we trust. All fucking just stickers and bullshit.
Yeah. That's
all it is. For the same fact, if they were just to protect and serve and to enforce the law, why are there so many? You seen these new ghost decals? Oh my God, that's the dumbest thing. I get unmarked cars and shit for detectives. I do. I understand that. You know, they need those.
Yeah.
But if you're going to pull me over and give me a ticket and you got the fucking flashies all in your shit and headlights have to hit the side of your car for me to see that it's a police car, you're hunting. It's the only thing you need camouflage for.
Let's keep going.
The court said the police didn't have a duty to protect her. Long story short, the government's obligation to protect you is voluntary. You can't hold anyone in the government accountable for not protecting you. So, if you know this, why would anyone put their safety in the hands of that same government by restricting your right to bear arms?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is shit that we're talking about with him. Like, so people want to ban guns,
Right.
so that other people don't get shot, and they want to rely on all the guns to be in the hands of law enforcement, but at the same time, they don't trust law enforcement, and law enforcement is not responsible,
Right.
like, to save you. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right. Because it doesn't matter how much you trust the cops are trained not to trust you.
Doesn't matter what you look like.
Doesn't matter.
No.
You know?
This is why
No.
you have to learn about guns. Like, they throw this shit out there fully semi-automatic.
Fully semi-automatic.
If you've ever heard that, that is not
a thing.
a thing. It's never existed.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this person talking about? Because
These are the same guys that got PTSD from shooting an AR-15.
Yes. And just basic training in general. But no.
Yeah.
Like,
This is where he goes on, you know, just it's a Second Amendment advocate, and absolutely giving that.
so we'll go a little bit more, but I really want to show you the second one.
Same government by restricting your right to bear arms. This is a very goofy behavior, considering the same government that's trying to sell you gun control for your safety is also telling you they don't have a legal obligation to keep you safe. But let's say there was a legal obligation for the police to keep you safe, or better yet, say there was a legal obligation for the school security officer to go inside the school and confront the mass shooter. Does anyone watching this video genuinely believe he would have acted differently because the law said he had an obligation to go into the school? No. He would have done the exact same thing because to him, at that moment, not dying was the most important thing to him. What's annoying is now all the anti-gunners are using this case as justification for why having armed security in the schools won't work.
He's got a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Law says you're not allowed to go to a school and shoot people.
Right. The law also says that the police at the school are not responsible to protect your kids or you in your home with your restraining order.
So, if the law says that and people still don't follow it, then what's the point of the law?
Exactly.
And you're not going to enforce it? Then
Yeah. Why have laws that we're not going to enforce?
Like, I honestly don't understand this. Like, this is something I have to deal with a lot of people, is stop running off of emotion.
Right.
What does logic tell you? Because I could run off of emotion that, oh, somebody that looks like you are probably going to do this and do this and do this and do this because of emotion, and people
Right.
like you have done it before. You're white, you'll probably become a school shooter or whatever. But what does logic say? Logically, one in how many
Right.
do that?
Do they really fit?
And then if you think logically, we're talking about mass shootings, right?
Right.
So in mass shootings, it's 3 or more people dead. Well, that's in streets every night. So if
Some
you're going to
cities,
run
yeah.
it off of that number, of course it's going to look higher.
Absolutely.
No, it's not even, honestly, a mass shooting, I might be wrong, we'll have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure what they define a mass shooting as, some of these that jack that number up, is 3 or more people injured.
Right.
Which is why we were talking about before,
Right.
shooting people with a pellet gun, because then I'd be
Become a mass
shooter
Yeah.
because they were wounded, but they didn't die.
Right.
But 3 or more, that's a mass shooting. It's like, that makes no fucking... Alright. Anyway.
And instead, we should just restrict everyone's 2A rights. Which, if they took the time to actually think about what they're saying, they quickly realize that argument is not the intellectual flex that they think it is. Especially when we have countless examples of police officers putting their life on the line to protect people. Hell, they just released the video of the police officer who killed the Allen Mall shooter. You can tell by his voice and how hard he was breathing that he was terrified. But he did it anyway. The problem...
Exactly.
That's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Like, dude...
This is the guy that, to protect and serve, he took his job seriously. He wasn't there for a paycheck and ride around with flashy lights.
Dude, like, literally, it's scary as fuck when people are shooting at you.
I can fucking imagine.
Or when you know that people might be shooting at you. You're going into a situation, people are going to shoot at you. It's scary as fuck, but the thing is, you took this job and you knew it.
Right.
That's the way it is. Alright.
Tell by his voice and how hard he was breathing that he was terrified. But he did it anyway. The problem is, we don't know how many police officers or security guards are willing to do that. And whether or not they would be even able to get to you in time to actually save you if they wanted to. It's just not a smart gamble to give up your ability to protect yourself in hopes that you get the right police officer to come and save you. You're better off putting yourself in the best position to protect yourself.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of armed security people, and I'm like... I've almost been shot by one.
Paul Blart.
Like, no, he's actually, was, at least when I was working with him, a armed security guard for St. Leo.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, you almost shot me. Like, within 4 inches, you almost shot me. Alright, so, we've heard that one. There's another
Go check
one.
out this other one.
Yeah. I think you'll get a kick out of this.
Do you own your home in Florida but still rent your
No.
electricity? If you pay more
Maybe.
than $50 a month in electricity, then you might already know about the $0 down solar program.
Solar?
Bullshit.
Fellas, if a woman you're dating or married to ever says this to you, send her back to the streets immediately. Because she's going to get you and your family killed.
You said you'd prefer a guy who does self-defense using other methods. Are we talking like with his
Oh,
fists?
not like that. I just mean like I think a gun is a bit extreme. Like if because most people would argue like for a legally obtained firearm in like a circumstance of self-defense. Like if someone breaks into your home, like
How many times has she said like?
Yeah.
How many times? Jesus Christ. You say like I say fuck.
Right.
God damn it.
It's a comma.
Like goddamn, like Jesus
Like,
Christ.
Damn, fuck, like
Fuck me.
like
most people would argue for that. I'm just saying like I personally would prefer a different. I don't know.
Let's say you find a great guy.
This great
Question
guy.
is,
I'm like,
do
where
you-
is he?
He's coming. You find a great guy.
Mhm.
He wants to marry you. You
Okay.
guys get married. Would you prefer he defends you against home invaders with a gun or with his fists?
It would depend on what the home invader has in his hand.
You can't.
Notice,
Are you armed down there, buddy? Let me get my Glock.
notice
Oh, you just got a knife? Let me grab my machete.
notice he said home invaders.
Yes.
I am not trying to
I'm gonna throw hands with 3 guys in the dark.
Yeah. What?
No. Smile, wait for the flash.
Dude, you're in my fucking house.
Exactly.
Like,
So anyway, I started blasting.
what the fuck is happening? Jesus Christ. Alright. Yep. Because I fuck everything up.
It would depend on what the home invader has in his hand.
Home invader.
Yeah.
She went from plural
To singular.
to singular.
Yes.
If that's too big a word for you guys,
Yeah.
just go ahead and get out of the bunker. Jesus Christ. Singular and plural, you don't remember that? He's old as fuck. I'm right behind him. And we remember that.
You can't decide that.
Yeah.
Like, that is not up to you.
You never know.
Or if
You
there's
never
more
know.
than one. If there's more than one.
There's 5 home invaders. All of them don't have weapons. They're ready to throw down with their fists against your husband. Would you prefer he has his hands or a gun?
Hands.
You don't.
Okay, so she only wants a perfect guy that has the like martial arts skills of Bruce Lee or fucking Donnie Chin, Chuck Norris.
Bro, like I am good with my hands and shit like that, but 5?
No.
5?
No.
And you want me only to 5?
Can I shank him?
If I can have a knife, we're getting closer. If it's no gun, just hands, be like, can we agree on a knife? Yeah, okay.
Baseball bat.
6-inch knife.
6-inch fixed blade. Yeah. Louisville Slugger, aluminum preferably.
I mean, what?
There's nothing quite satisfying like a ting.
What? Like, hands? You're not the one that has to fucking deal with this.
Right.
I
mean, she's going to in a little bit when I die. Because I just got the shit kicked out of me by 5 fucking dudes. What do you think's going to happen to her next?
Exactly.
And do they bring this up? I got to know.
Exactly. So, I get my ass kicked because there's 5. Regardless, dude, they could be fucking midgets. And fighting 5 of them.
They're little people.
They...
I don't care, dude.
You know how many times I would get punched in the dick?
Only a couple, because then you're down at their level.
Dude, like, still then, I'm still gasping for air while they were just fucking railing me in the face.
Getting curb stomped by Oompa Loompas, man.
Dude, like, 5?
Oompa Loompa.
Like, get the fuck out of here. 5. I don't care, like I said, if they're a fucking midget.
Right.
Or 20 foot tall. 5? Dude, I'm not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's that good.
No.
Eventually somebody's gonna get your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is not, god damn it. Fucking dumbass. Like, fuck. No weapons, just hands so I can go get graped later.
Right, yeah.
Gang graped.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, what? If you thought what happened to me is gonna be bad.
Oh, yeah. No, what's going to happen to you next?
Oh, they're gonna...
Because now they're pissed off because some of them got hurt.
Yeah. You're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
Or he has his hands or a gun?
Hands.
You don't want... He's
I
gonna
don't
get
want
the
them
shit,
dying
he's
if
gonna
they're
get the
just coming
shit
into
kicked
my
out of him.
house.
I
don't want
so
them
sorry.
dying if they're just coming into my house.
They're coming into your house to take your shit.
If they just, kick the door in or whatever, they're just coming into my house.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, fuck it.
Just booted the door. They're just stealing my TV and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe they're those nice
And
new
now
burglars.
they're beating the shit out of me.
They're those new nice burglars. They're like, hey, where's the good stuff? Just sit over there in the corner. Let us take your shit, and we'll leave you alone.
Dude, what the fuck?
Don't want... He's
I
gonna
don't
get
want
the
them
shit,
dying
he's
if
gonna
they're
get the
just coming
shit
into
kicked
my
out of him.
house.
What if after they kill him, they want to you? Wouldn't you want him to have a gun in that instance?
Whoa, I didn't think they were gonna kill him.
Well, I mean, they're home invaders. If he's gonna
That
fight
doesn't.
them...
Just because you invade someone's home doesn't mean you're gonna kill them.
So let me get this straight. Someone breaking into someone's home is not extreme. But someone using a gun in self-defense against 5 people who broke into your home to beat you to death, that That is extreme. The unmitigated.
Wow. She doesn't want them to die.
They just broke into my home. I have no idea what they're going to do after they accomplish that. They're getting bold.
Yeah. And they're already coming in numbers, so.
Maybe you're not the first house they broke into. Just like a fucking serial rapist or whatever.
Yeah.
Or fucking psycho serial killer.
Yes.
They start honing their craft because they get bold. Jeez.
They get bolder. They get better at it.
Dude, this is fucking...
Ugh.
I don't understand this shit.
To death. That is extreme. The unmitigated goal of someone who expects you to put your life on the line to protect their life, telling you you can't use a gun to do it. Imagine Joe Biden telling his Secret Service detail they can only use double-barrel shotguns to protect him.
Yeah, some tell me that would never happen.
Nah.
I feel like those, if he told them that, those Secret Service people would be like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Oh, you want a Kennedy. You want to be Kennedy. That's what it is.
Do you want to die? Is that what you want? Do you want to die? If they all know that we have double barrel shot, you're going to die.
Dude, any other country with somebody with some fucking cojones on them said, oh, wait, the president can only be protected by double barrel shotguns?
Dude,
sure, you're going to cut the first guy in half.
Dude. Maybe that's their thing is all you need is double barrel shotgun because if my Secret Service has it, the only people that can defeat them is semi-automatic. So we got to get rid of those.
Got to get rid of semi-automatic so that my Secret Service can have double barrel shotguns.
Jesus Christ. Praise the Lord. Here we go.
Use a gun to do it. Imagine Joe Biden telling his Secret Service detail they can only use double-barrel shotguns to protect him.
If you want to protect yourself, get a double-barrel shotgun.
They'd laugh at him and then hand him a sippy cup and some of Nancy Pelosi's ice cream and tell him to F off. And that's the...
Oh, give me a pump any day.
Yeah, kind of what I said. Yeah.
Are you sure?
If not, something tells me I don't get the same treatment as the dude before.
Right.
Who doesn't have a legal obligation.
Oh, I promise you, dude. Dude, if the president, if you're on the president's detail for Secret Service and the president dies,
you're no longer on.
And you don't, I highly doubt you're going to be a Secret Service agent after that. Or a mall security guard.
Or anything. You probably won't get approved for a gun purchase.
Yeah, no, not after that.
Were you going Secret Service and let a president die?
Right.
When they get denial.
To F off. And that's the president of the United States of America. Tell me you lived an insanely privileged life without telling me you lived an insanely privileged life. That's the only thing that I can possibly think of that can explain this level of bleeding heart sympathetic insanity. What's even more messed up is when she said this.
There's 5 home invaders. All of them don't have weapons. They're ready to throw down with their fists against your husband. Would you prefer he has his hands or a gun?
Hands.
You don't want...
I don't want them dying if they're just coming into my house.
Once again, I'm telling you fellas, run as far and away from a...
Yes. Yes. You cannot run fast enough. I agree.
Yeah, there is no fucking way. Like,
no.
If somebody came into my house right now and I used my gun to defend myself and my family and all justified and she was like, I'm out.
Right.
Because I used the gun. Go fuck yourself. Peace out.
Yeah. Peace out, Girl Scout. See ya.
Peace out. Like, you understand that I stopped these people. The first 1 or 2, maybe even 3 of them, they get fucking blasted. The other 2 or 3 are gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
Right, they're gonna start rethinking. when their friends start dropping.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden your catalytic converter isn't worth as much.
So it's about that time to reevaluate the situation, adjust fire, and get the fuck out of there. Come back from later or don't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A woman like this as fast and as far as you can, because she is so ideologically driven by her hatred of firearms that she will be more worried about the lives of the 5 guys coming to beat you to death than she is about your life. Like, I want you to really understand what she's saying here. She's saying that she wants to fight for your life between criminals that just broke into your house to be a fair fight. Actually, that's not even a fair fight. It's 5 versus 1. And she's saying...
That's not a fair fight.
No.
5 against 1?
And she's on their side.
And she's on... Dude, even one-on-one, and she's on their side.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you broke in my house, dude.
There's nothing fair about this anymore.
No. This is my castle.
Right.
I pay for this fucking thing. You're gonna either get the fuck out or you're gonna get fucked up one way or another. I don't care. Choice is yours. Jesus Christ. Sad thing is, this is common.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not even a fair fight. It's 5 versus 1. And she's saying this.
I don't want them dying if they're just coming into my house.
She would have more compassion for the criminals breaking into her home than she would her own husband. This is a sickness. Something is wrong with her. She's acting like we're talking about 5 Jehovah's Witnesses coming to fellowship with her. We're talking about criminals breaking into...
Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ at
Well,
3 o'clock in the morning?
After I just kicked in your door to talk to you about Jesus. That's fucking hilarious.
They got tired of knocking.
Bro, I've never had a
boot your
Jehovah's
shit in.
Witness kick in my front door. Do you have a second to talk about Jesus? No, I don't. Hence why I didn't answer the door.
Yeah. You do now.
No. You might have a second to talk to Jesus because you only have about a second.
You better get right with him now.
Because you're about to go meet his ass.
I might not have all the answers, but I can arrange the meeting.
Dude, this shit's fucking ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous.
to your home. And you're talking about what they have in their hands. You can tell she has never experienced any type of violence.
Bro, you have a kitchen. What's in kitchens? Knives. Some of y'all have never been stabbed. I've been stabbed. That shit is not fun.
In her life because she doesn't understand the damage that can be done with hands and feet. In 2019, 600 people died from hands, fists, and feet. That's over 2 times the number of people who were killed with a rifle or shotgun.
Let's go back. What was that statistic that he was pulling up? Where did you get that table? Where was it?
Right there.
Right there. No. A little bit too much. Or 9 now. God damn it.
Done with hands and feet. In 2019.
God, a little bit too far.
You're there.
No, I'm there, but I want to look at what the...
600 people.
I want to find out what stat he pulled up. You see 2019. Alright, cool. Alright, there we go.
Knives and cutting instruments.
This is from DOJ.
1,467.
And this was from FBI. DOJ, FBI. (2015, 2019), it grew what? Not even a whole 100%.
A whole 100? Yeah, about 200.
Oh, I'm sorry, not even a whole 100 people.
Right.
Now, is 13,927 people dead a bad thing? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
But at the same time, how many people died from car accidents from texting?
That's not on this list for murder victims.
Oh, that's right.
See that little thing up in the corner there? Murder victims by weapon.
Let's look at it. Knives. Isn't that what they did in England? Didn't they ban guns and then
People started stabbing everybody, yeah.
Yeah, and then they started banning knives. Huh. So already we're looking at weapons, handguns out of those 13,000. 6,368 were handguns.
Yes.
Rifles, that's bolt action, pump action,
Right.
lever action, whatever.
200.
Semi-auto, 200.
Other guns.
No, that was shotguns. Rifles is 364. Still. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Ban these rifles that account for such a small percent, but you're not going after the handguns, which is 80%. Why?
Right. Because it's not about the gun.
No, it is.
Oh, it is, but it's...
We start with these scary guns, and then when
It's
that
not
doesn't
about
work,
the use of the gun.
Well, when we go after ARs,
right,
ban those, cool, they're gone. You still have out of 10,000, 6,368 are handguns. So that didn't work.
No.
So now we gotta ban handguns. Like, Jesus Christ. Alright, let's keep going.
2019, 600 people died from hands, fists, and feet. That's over 2 times the number of people who were killed with a rifle or shotgun. The crazy thing is, she says she prefers a different method versus a gun. Like what? A bat or a knife? You want to talk about a brutal way of killing someone that's also incredibly ineffective and inefficient when it comes to self-defense? Have you seen someone getting beat to death by a bat or stabbed to death by a knife? If you don't have the stomach to shoot someone, you definitely do not have it in you to beat or stab someone with a bat or knife. Because I promise you, those 2 ways are way more vicious. But
they are.
I mean, they really are. You're up close with this person.
Oh, yeah.
You had to literally be able to touch him.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Or even within... But even then with the bat, dude, you get to literally watch the expression change.
Yeah.
As their face distorts.
It's... People don't get it, man.
Any fucking way.
fooling. She's so privileged and naive, the thought of her actually defending her life never even crosses her mind. In her mind, if she ever needs protection, her crash test dummy of a husband or boyfriend would throw his life away because she's too morally superior to let him use a gun to protect her life. The thing that's most disturbing about this is that there are a lot of people who think like her. Just look at some of the comments in the comment section.
I agree with the blonde about the home invasion question. You know, the guy's way more likely that a family member would become a victim of homicide or commit suicide. Yeah. If you have a pool, you're more likely to drown.
Exactly.
Than somebody who doesn't have a pool.
Right.
So you know how to use the pool.
Right. You learn how to use the pool so you don't drown.
You don't give kids free access to the fucking pool. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Jesus Christ.
I agree with the blonde about the home invasion question. If you own a gun, it's more likely a family member will become a victim of homicide or commit suicide than there to be a home invasion. As someone who had a family member, a teenager, kill themselves with a legally obtained gun that was safely secure in a lockbox, I would prefer a husband without a gun in my house with my child. There are many other weapons and forms of security. I have a security system, and I feel much safer with that in door locks than guns in my house.
Dude, I've kicked in a lot of doors. That shit does not make a difference.
But there's cameras.
So you get to see me.
And the alarm's going to go off.
Fuck
What's
you
it?
up.
What's the response time for cops usually on a...
Around here is like,
to an alarm.
I don't know.
Because you're not going to answer your phone, obviously, and be like, I'm sorry, it was just an accident.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking graped.
Yeah. You're not going to answer your phone, so what? Even at that point, say it's 9 minutes. Which, 9 minutes is good.
Dude, like 9 minutes is a long ass
9 minutes is a long fucking time.
Alright.
I'm sorry, but you kind of have to laugh at this naivete in order to not go crazy. Because the idea that you think an
Actually, let's go back because he didn't read the rest. I thought he was going to. He didn't read the rest of it. There are many other weapons and forms of security. Yeah, we read that. I am a married woman. This family member had training in gun safety, was popular, good in sports, private Christian school. What does that have to do with?
I am a married woman. This family, wait. As someone who had a family member, teenager killed themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
So the family member whose teenager killed themselves had training in gun safety. They were popular.
And good
in sports, private Christian school.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Obviously, he was being touched by his priest.
Or he just had so much stress on him because of all this other shit to be popular, good in sports.
Yeah,
right. The other side of the family had a history of one suicide before this tragedy.
You think it'll never happen to you until it does. Exactly. That last line.
Yeah. You'll think nobody...
Put that in it.
You'll think you'll never get great until it does.
Right.
Because you didn't have it.
Right. It's a horrible thing until it... You never think it'll happen to you until it does.
And when it does...
It's too late.
Locks than guns in my household. I'm sorry, but you kind of have to laugh at this naivete in order to not go crazy. Because the idea that you think an alarm system and a lock on your door is going to keep you safe is pure insanity. It's insane. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call hoplophobia, or the fear of firearms. And yes, this is a real thing. Psych Times defines hoplophobia as the irrational fear of firearms. Someone experiencing this mental disorder may endure very intense bouts of anxiety as a result of their fear. Their fear of guns may influence their opinions on society as well. For instance, people with this condition may blame guns as being the reason for why people commit murders and other atrocities, as opposed to blaming the psychological health of the individual. What this all boils down to...
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner!
But most of you never even heard of that.
No.
So.
Hell, I hadn't until just then.
Just throwing it out there.
As opposed to blaming the psychological health of the individual. What this all boils down to is that some people will always see themselves as potential victims and capable of protecting themselves. So, where you see your gun ownership as a way to protect yourself, they see your gun as a potential way to harm them. So, they want you to be as weak as they are in order to make them feel better about their safety. And they do this...
Nobody wants to admit there's a wolf among the sheep.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not. He's not wrong at all.
He's not wrong. Just a little bit more, guys, and we're not going to go through the full video.
Yeah. We'll finish up on that.
them feel better about their safety. And they do this by voting for policies and laws that make everyone equally weak, only to realize they are now in more danger because policies and laws only work on people who are willing to
obey the laws.
Now, those people who don't obey the laws, criminals, are now the only people with the guns. Speaking of only people,
except for the cops that you don't want funding for, which is why they have a 20% hit rating, ratio. There you go.
20% hit ratio.
20%. I will tell you, it is very hard to hit a target that's shooting at you while they're moving and you're moving. It's very difficult. So, if I could see a 40%, 50%, because we gave them more funding, gave them more training, dope.
Right.
That's better than 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
But defunding them ain't going to help it.
Yeah. Never has. Never will.
It never will. Never will. Just like the military. Defund them, they ain't going to be able to perform. That's the way it goes. But I think that's going to be it for us today. It's going to be a good Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it's going to come out. Wednesday.
While we're training.
You'll see this. We'll be training, making other shit.
Yeah.
Remember to go fuck yourself. Because in the end, none of this makes sense.
No.
And we're all running off an emotion, apparently, which I don't understand because I'm a logical thinker. And that's kind of sort of how this goes.
Yeah.
Be logical. Stop working off an emotion. Stop doing this whole shit. Well, I understand kids died. I get that.
Absolutely.
I have kids.
Horrible thing.
It's terrible. However, what you're trying to do is you're basing all your thoughts and opinions and voting, whatever, off of those emotions when you're not looking at the statistics of what you're voting for. And that's a problem. So with that, we're going to end this one.
Yeah.
So I'm Sarge Mayhem.
Gable.
And we are out of here. Again, go fuck yourself.